Today, I'm going to share 3 tools I use in my English classes that my students love. I believe that these tools can help you speak more confidently and fluently too. Welcome back to the Peach Teach English podcast. I'm Frankie, your host, and this space is dedicated to helping you go from B1 to B2 English fluency and beyond. So let's go ahead and dive into those 3 tools that can truly transform the way you study English. And make sure you stick around for the last one because it's my favorite and I think it might change how you study English forever. So let's go ahead and look at that first one, ESL Brains. So guys, this is ESL Brains, and I think this is a really great resource for you for a few reasons. So the first one is you can come over here to lesson plans, and they're going to be different levels. And this is based on the Zephyr scale. If you don't know what that is, you can watch my video. Basically, it's the way we measure your English level. So if you are a beginner, you can start here with A1. And if you're more advanced, you can come over here to C1 or C2. So you can choose the lesson that is best for your level. And there are different categories. So if you want to focus more on business English, general English, technology, grammar, you can find what fits your interest and needs. So let's go ahead and look at B1. Now, one of the reasons I really like to use this tool in my classes is because I can choose a lesson that is appropriate for my students' level, and they're updating these every month. So there's always new topics, and it can really save me a lot of time. And they're always good lessons that really help students improve their level, grow their vocabulary, speaking, listening, etc. So let's go ahead and look at an example. Life of a Celebrity. This one is a speaking class. Now, if you're going to be in an English class, you can see the lesson plan. And this is what I use with my students. So it's a presentation ready to go, and we will be able to discuss the conversation questions here, some preposition activity, more conversation questions, and sometimes it'll include like a listening activity, grammar. It just depends on the type of lesson it is. And another cool option is there is the student version. And basically, it is a PDF. So using this PDF, you can either prepare before the class and review after the class. And you can do all the activities. And if you are using this for self-study, you can print out this PDF and use it in your own studies. So it's a really cool resource. And if you're interested in using the ESL Brain lessons, let's go ahead and look at the pricing. So there is a free option, and I'll show you that in a second. But if you really like the lessons, you can upgrade to premium where you'll have more options, or unlimited and you get access to all the ESL Brains lessons. And if you do just want the free option, you can come over here to the lesson plans, click free, and you'll get access to all the free lessons that ESL Brains has to offer. So if you're interested in checking out ESL Brains, you can click the link in the description. Now let's go ahead and look at resource number 2. Okay, so resource number 2 is EdCafe.ai. And I just discovered this tool recently, and I'm so excited to share it with you. So basically, EdCafe is an AI that can create different lessons, activities for you so that you can practice English. So if you want to create like a presentation or a lesson plan, you can do that here with this resource. Probably more for teachers, but it can be helpful for your self-study. But here you will be able to create little quizzes and activities or train a chatbot that will be able to help you in your English studies. So here we have the chatbot, and you can create flashcards so that you can review vocabulary. And you can also create a reading comprehension activity. And I'll give you a demo in just a second. In addition to that, you can create a quiz. So this could be vocabulary, grammar, etc. if you want to practice a specific English topic. And you can also create a YouTube quiz where you just copy and paste the URL of the YouTube video, and it will create a listening comprehension activity for you in seconds. So let's go ahead and look at a few demonstrations of this. So let's come over here to the reading activity. We're going to create a reading comprehension activity together. So let's say we want to practice healthcare vocabulary. So can you create a paragraph of someone going to the doctor using B1 English vocabulary? And now it's going to generate the activity for us. So as you can see, in just a few seconds, it's created this reading passage for us. Then you can add the vocabulary. So it'll generate some vocabulary for you with definitions. And you can create a passage quiz, multiple choice. Let's just do 5, and it'll generate those questions for us in just a few seconds. Isn't that super cool? You can also add an audio. Okay, so you can choose a female or a male voice, and you can choose American, British, Australian accent. Let's go ahead with Stacy with the American accent. And then it'll generate the audio for you. So you can also practice listening with the passage as well, or practice pronunciation. And Maria woke up feeling a little tired and with a sore throat. And it will read the passage to you if you'd like. And then you just save it. We're going to call it Healthcare B1 Reading Comprehension. And then you save it. And just so you can see what it looks like, you can copy and paste it over here. And there you go. You can listen, you can read the passage, you can study the vocabulary, and then you can take the quiz. You just put in your name and take the quiz, and you can listen and read and take the quiz right here on the right. So super cool option. Now, let me also show you how the YouTube quiz works. So we can come over here to the YouTube quiz, right? And let's get one of my YouTube videos. So we'll do this one. Why do Americans celebrate Thanksgiving? If you haven't watched that one yet, be sure to do that. And all you have to do is copy the link, and then you can come over here and you paste the link, and then it'll automatically generate a listening comprehension quiz for you. Okay? So we'll do multiple choice. We'll just do 5 questions. You can give it instructions, but you don't have to. And then it'll generate the quiz. And there you go. In just a few seconds, we also have a very nice listening comprehension activity. And we'll just save that. So Thanksgiving listening comprehension, and save. And then again, you can just copy it here. We're going to paste it over here, type in your name, and you have a listening comprehension. You can listen to the video right here while answering the question. So just a really awesome resource. I'm so happy that I'm using EdCafe right now. I actually want to show you how I'm using it in my online student portal and courses, as well as with my students. So let's look at that. Let me show you my student portal. We're going to go to peachteachenglish.com, and then you can come over here to sign up. Now, my English classes do include this, but I'm specifically going to show you the fluency community and how I use EdCafe in this community. And it's only $5 a month. So basically in this community, I'm doing 2 things. So the first one is I'm sharing with you a daily activity. So on Music Monday, I will use the YouTube EdCafe quiz, and I will generate a little quiz according to the song of the week. And then on Text Tuesday, I will use the reading comprehension one, and I'll create a little quiz for you so you can practice reading. And then on Wednesday, we do Writing Wednesday, so I'll give you a writing prompt. And I have trained a chatbot. Her name is Peach, and basically she will help you practice your English writing and give you corrections. And then Peach will also help you on Thursday for Talking Thursday. And all you have to do is use the microphone and you can practice speaking with Peach, and she'll also give you corrections so that you can become more fluent in English. I can show you a little bit what Peach looks like. So you just click chat with Peach here. Let's enter your name, and then you can start chatting with Peach. So she says,
Hi there. I'm Peach. Do you want to practice writing Wednesday or talking Thursday today?
and you just click the microphone if you want to practice speaking. Hey, Peach, I want to do Talking Thursday today, please. And then you send it to her, and then she'll respond and she'll ask you questions. For example, what are you going to do this weekend? You know, Peach, I don't have a lot of plans for this weekend yet, so I think I'm just going to relax, maybe binge watch a series, and I'd like to go to the countryside and be in nature. And there you see that Peach will give you corrections and help you out. So, really cool resource there. And also in the Fluency community, you can come to learning and you will see my courses. So, I have the B1 to B2 course, Learn English with Country Music, Learn English Idioms, and a Business English course. For example, you can click here in the course. We'll look at lesson number 2 with would and used to. And I will create little quizzes for you. Reading quizzes, listening quizzes, grammar quizzes, vocabulary quizzes, depending on the lesson. So yeah, you can listen to the video here and take the quiz. In addition to that, I have also trained Peach to be able to talk to you about the different topics in the courses so that you can practice reading, listening, writing, and speaking with every lesson. So if you're really interested in checking this out, the English courses and the Fluency community, you can do that at peachteachenglish.com. You just click sign up, and it's $5 a month, and you can sign up right there. I'd love to have you in the community and help you become more fluent in English. And if you're interested in signing up for EdCafe, let's go ahead and look at the options. So there is a starter package, which is free, okay, and you will get all of these features. And then if you want either unlimited features or more features, you can upgrade to the pro or premium plans. Awesome resource, highly recommend it. If you want to check it out, you can click the link in the description. So let's go ahead and look at tool number 3, which is called BoostClass. What's cool about this resource is basically it's an AI recording feedback system. So during my English lessons, I will record the class, and then that class will be uploaded to the BoostClass system. And this AI has been trained to be able to give feedback for people learning English. And it's going to give a communication score, which means your ability to push yourself and try to speak, and a fluency score, which is based more on how much vocabulary are you using, are you on topic, are you speaking correctly in terms of grammar and structure. So we're going to see different scores here. For example, your collaborative language. So that's measuring, are you asking follow-up questions? Are you commenting on what your teacher or classmates say? So it's not just about speaking, but interacting with your teacher and classmates. Also, your emotional tone and your growth mindset. Are you staying positive? Are you getting down on yourself when you make a mistake? Are you trying to ask questions and push yourself to improve? Also, it will measure your vocabulary and grammar. So how much vocabulary are you using? Is it limited? Is it vast? And your grammar. Are you making a lot of mistakes? And finally, the topic. Are you able to understand the questions and answer appropriately? So this is going to give you different scores. And what's really cool is we'll be able to see that score evolution over time. Now, this is a new feature in BoostClass, so we can't really see it at the moment, But once I've been working with a student, let's say 2 or 3 months, we'll be able to see that their score is improving. At least that's the goal. And we can see that progress in each of these areas. Let me go ahead and show you what the actual student version looks like. So this is what the actual student version will look like. So you'll get that communication score and that fluency score. And it will also give you some grammar corrections, the mistake, the correction, and the explanation. On top of that, you will get a vocabulary booster, which means, for example, this student said vacation 4 times, so it's giving you some suggestions to help you expand your vocabulary so that you can become more fluent. At the same time, it will give you the pronunciation challenge. So basically some corrections on pronunciation to help you improve your English pronunciation as well. And there will be this coaching space where the AI is giving you tips on how you can improve your English. And it will generate homework for you based on your mistakes and give you the answers. So happy using this tool with my students because it's very common to use these level tests to measure your progress, but using BoostClass makes every class so much more meaningful as we're really identifying your pain points where you're making mistakes, finding those solutions. And we'll be able to measure your progress over time just from the conversation classes that we're having each week. So if you'd be interested in joining my group classes or private classes so that you can get feedback like this each week, I recommend going to peachteachenglish.com, my website, and you can actually book a free consultation and I will answer your questions about the classes. We can identify your English level and get started on helping you become more fluent in English together. And that wraps up 3 tools that I use in my English classes with my students that I think you should also be using in your own English studies. And if you want to check out any of them, you can click the links in the description. Let me know in the comments which tool impressed you the most and how do you plan on using it? I'd love to hear from you. And thank you so much for listening to this episode and see you in the next one.